he touches the ball, for sure. He's their guy.
What's the biggest difference between this Wake Forest team and previous Wake Forest teams?
Not much. I mean, the biggest difference is there's some unknowns on the defensive side going into this game because they got a new guy that's calling it, and we've only got, one game against the team that they were just way overmatched against. So that's the biggest unknown. But they are who they are on offense. They believe in what they do. They have an identity. They've recruited well to what they do. They're built to run the ball. That's what they do. I mean, they're going to run the ball and try to action you to death. And so you've just got to do a great job with executing your plan and trying to be disruptive up front. Try to win your matchups against them and leverage the ball because they will try to get outside of you as well. And then you got to play. You got to play man coverage. You got to be able to play man coverage and win the matchup.
Is substitution even more of an issue with them than Syracuse? It seems like they don't sub a lot on offense.
Yeah, You got to be able. You better get your hand down quick. Get the signal in quick because, like I said, sometimes they're snapping. I don't even know how they got the play called. But most of what they're doing is built in. And then this quarterback is really confident and really schooled up in what he's looking at. And then they just do a nice job, I mean, I know they're -3, I think, in the turnover margin, but they do a nice job with the exchange and the timing of, hey, you got it, I got it. I mean, they have a good feel for that. It's kind of a unique tempo, the way the back, he's not just a downhill guy. It's just kind of like golf cart speed, and just trying to just create gaps, in your defense. And then he hits it or he pulls it. So there's just they're very well coached, and they do a great job of teaching their scheme.
What do you have to see about Trevor, like a timeline-wise, for him to be able to go Saturday at Wake, or do you expect him to be able to play?
Oh, I definitely expect him to be able to play. I mean, that's why I put him back in practice last night, and I don't see anything a reason why he wouldn't.
Coach, going back to George, he and Kayvon Wallace went to the same high school. Was he ever a guy that was on y'all's radar when you were scouting Kayvon?
No. That doesn't mean he's not a great player. Just, a lot of times for us, as you all know, I mean, we might what year is he? He's a redshirt sophomore, so third year, whoever we're recruiting. Then a lot of times we'll have our number committed already, early. We weren't on Kayvon. We weren't on Kayvon until January. I didn't know who Kayvon Wallace was until 2 weeks before signing day. But that was because we didn't have scholarships for DBs that year. And, all of a sudden we had like 4 guys leave after that first national championship game because I have to count on them coming back. And they decided to leave, and so we ended up having some spots. And we were able to go get Nolan Turner, who's really turning into a great player for us. We were able to get Isaiah Simmons out of Kansas, and we got Kayvon. And then we got Trayvon Mullen. That was our 4. So, we hit it out with a home run in January on those guys.
Give some insight on the balance between like an RPO mindset of we're going to see what the defense does and take what they give us, and then on the other end, at some points like Saturday, regardless of what they do, we're going to slam the run. The balance between those.
Yeah, well, I just think that some of our best plays were RPOs last week, and just once we got the run game going, the action game, we had a couple just pure action calls, and then we had some really good RPO stuff where we pulled it, and even the touchdown to the one that Travis broke on the right side there on our sideline, toward the one before the last, that was an RPO, and chased it. That's a quarterback being ready, and he went in and he made the right decision, and so he gave the ball. We actually had I thought we were going to get the pass on that, but they kept the safety high. We handed it. Travis was able to bounce it and make a guy miss, and it was a touchdown. So, but it starts with the quarterback making the right decision, first of all, and then But, you know, we got in a situation Saturday where, you know, obviously Chase was a little wobbly early, and we didn't want to put a lot on his plate. I just felt like we had to find a way to just force. And I thought we were just better up front. I thought we were better on the back end, in that if we could just get to the second level, we could get positive yards and stay on schedule. And so just a matter of, you know, stopping some of the negative plays and critical mistakes. And so we just forced the issue. And if you watch the tape, that's what there were some plays where they had guys there. They just couldn't tackle us. Our guy was better than their guy. And when you're playing really, really good people, that's not always the case, you know. And so you have to that's why you want to have balance in your offense, and you want to be able to take advantage of what they give you. And we've always done that. But Saturday it was a situation where I felt like it was putting too much pressure on Chase early. You know, let's let this kid settle down a little bit. You know, especially after he threw the pick. You know, TJ ran a good route, and you know, he just made a bad throw. We missed the little quick out cut. I mean, so we're getting off schedule, you know, trying to run our offense, and it just really was a reflection of just him, just kind of first time playing in that situation. But as we got the run game going, and so we just started changing it up. We just gapped them, and then we zoned them. We just kept a good mix going, and our guys did a great job. And we had some really good blocks up front. We had some really good blocks at tight end. We had some really good blocks at wide out. It was just a mindset that I think everybody took on, that, hey, if we're going to get it done, and the backs knew that, you know, I told them, hey, you guys, we're going to have to get it done. Let's go. And so everybody took great pride in that. And then once we kind of settled in a little bit, when we had to have it, and you saw that when he came back and he threw 2 strikes in a row to Justin Ross, it was like, all right, this kid's, he's kind of got it. This is all right. Chase is back. All right, we got Chase Bryce now. We got the full guy out there, and so that was critical for us. But you know, it was just sometimes that you got to find a way, and we went with what we thought was best, and put it on the guys up front and our backs, and we kind of took a lot of the options away from the quarterback. But when we're at our best, that quarterback is armed. Some of our best plays, I mean, and listen, we've played 5 games, and right now after 5 games, we're a career. This is the all-time career high for yards per play. I mean, we're averaging over 7 yards a play, which if the season ended today would be the all-time high in the history of Clemson football. So we've been unbelievably explosive. You know, and even Trevor. I mean, Trevor's played 4.5 games, and he's like top 10 in the country. I mean, he's done a nice job. He's a reason for that. One of the reasons for that explosiveness and the way our backs are playing. We just got to clean up some stuff. You know, stupid penalties, stupid turnovers, costly critical errors, some technique things. Fundamentally that we got to do a better job, especially on some of the twists up front. Just recognition of a few things. I mean, we're really that. I mean, we're like right there from I think being special on offense. So we haven't even scraped the surface of what I think that we can be, really on either side of the ball. But we're 5-0, and we're a work in progress. But we're getting better,
Going back to the run game, Coach, the offensive line play on Saturday was something that a lot of people pointed to. Can you point out a few guys in that offensive line that you wanted to point out?
Yeah, I think we played 8, and 6 of the 8 graded a winner, and had a winning grade. So I was really proud of them. I mean, and then, you know, again, Tremaine Ankram's gone the second series. Pollard's got to go play tackle. He hadn't played much tackle this year. He's practiced, and now you got Cade in there. Now we got Cervinka having to play a lot. I think it was, as it all turned out, it was great. It was especially for Gage, for him to have to go in and play so well. I mean, he really played well outside of jumping off sides. He played some good football. I just think their confidence is growing right now. But we just got to improve some technique stuff, some recognition stuff, some just base fundamental stuff on a few things that you know we've done that we got to clean up if we're gonna be special on offense. And the guys are taking pride in that. They know. I mean, we watch the tape. We it's just some things that they're just going crap, you know, and they want to improve, and we will. But I'm proud of those guys. I think John Simpson is really taken off. He didn't play well. I think it was the A&M game. He really did not play well. But Buddy, since then, he has really become steady and consistent. Of course, Mitch, he was ACC Lineman of the Week. I mean, you just kind of know what you're going to get with him. I mean, he's as steady a player as I've ever coached. You know, Fauci has come on and has played well. You know, we've been kind of rotating guys at guard a little bit, developing some depth there. I think Bachhorst went in there on that last drive and played a few plays, and Bachhorst did a great job. You know, he didn't flinch. So I think he's a kid that's really coming on. So, you know, it's a good situation. And then our versatility came through for us. You know, Robbie does a good job. I mean, we make those guys cross-train, the guys who can. Jackson Carman has gotten some good experience. In the first part of the season, he didn't get in there Saturday, but he's got some good experience. His confidence is growing. What a player he's going to be. So I like where we are up front.
When you're talking about balance, you know, Mike Leach describes balance as getting it to both your inside, outside receivers at equal rate. Some people talk about balance, you know, equal running and passing. What does, you know, balance on offense or defense mean to you?
At the end of the season, when you look at us, we had some semblance of balance. There's going to be some